Hello, guys! Welcome back to the Spirit Bubble. And
Hello,
guess who we
hello.
have back with us?
It's Alma.
I know, like the last few videos that while you were kind of out of commission, I had to do by myself, and it seemed, like kind of weird, because I felt like I was talking to myself.
I could totally understand if I were doing a video by myself, I'd feel so out of place because, we have this back and forth thing that we do. And so taking you out of the video, it just would feel empty. Like I
Right,
was talking
right.
to myself.
It's like I knew that you trusted me with it. If it was the same, then I would trust you with it because we always come to similar conclusions, and we always come together under the same message. So I knew regardless it was always going to be a good, agreed, compromisable. So
Yes, absolutely. I trusted you wholeheartedly, and you did a wonderful job while I was away. So I'm so glad you took the initiative to
yay!
record your videos, and you did a great job. And I'm so excited to be back.
I know, so excited!
It's
Yay! I'm
so
bouncing in
great.
my chair because this is just it's right again. So.
Yes, it feels right. It feels so right.
But we don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. We wanted to discuss today, and I know that we've talked about this before in another video and probably touched on it other, but given the circumstances that have happened here lately, especially with you, Alma, um, one of the things that we need to always remember is when we're going through these things is being able to work through that dark and be able to find the light in that dark.
Absolutely. With this procedure that I had coming up, I was taken right out of my bliss and I was brought back down into fear, doubt, and worry. And it was finding, wading through those shadows to have to find the light in the moment. And, it was really hard because I had gotten comfortable in my bliss and I was so used to just flying high and soaring through my
Yeah.
moments that I'd almost become complacent in that happiness. And that that procedure that I went through, it really scared me and it shook me up and it kind
Yeah.
of knocked me out of that bliss. So it was a good refresher on what that is to go through that fear, doubt, and worry, and
Yeah.
how it is to need to find the light in the moment to get through those hard times.
Yeah. I understand how it could get to that, because, we get into this blissful state of mind, into this good position where everything is going really good, and we think that it can't get bad again, We think that we've been given a permanent gift of everlasting joy. And the simple truth is that it doesn't. You're still going to have the ebbs and flows. It doesn't last forever in a moment, the minute that you obtain it. You know, we as positive people, we live through these situations and we get through them more gracefully than somebody who may not necessarily have that mindset. But it's really easy to fall into that trap to realize that, okay, hey, there's other things than bliss out there. We're human. We live in an imperfect world, and we are imperfect. And we're eventually going to go back down again. And it's a very important reminder that I think life gives us.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, everything comes in ebbs and flows. And so it's
Mm,
important to remember that just as you flow high, well, that too will come to an end, and something low will come to flow in for you to come
yeah.
through too. And just as the lows are flowing through, that'll come to an end, and you'll come to something high to flow
Yeah.
through. So it's back and forth, just ebbs and flows to guide yourself through. So when you're in that low, how do you get yourself out of it? How do you find your way through those low moments? Well, there's good to be found in every moment, even if you are in the lows. And that's the thing to focus on. And that's what I was doing a lot of my time when I was trying to get through my moments in fear,
Yeah.
doubt, and worry.
Yeah.
I was I was just trying to find any good I could that could keep my mind off of the fear and doubt because
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't want to focus on the negative because that was just overwhelming. It was taking me to really dark places that I didn't want to be. And so I found outlets my for my time and my energy that could keep my mind occupied while I wasn't, while I was feeling low, so I wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
I found video games, I found time with my family,
Yeah.
um, you know, ways to spend my time that kept my mind occupied so I wasn't just drowning in negativity.
Right, right. So it's like a matter of shifting your focus onto something that you know is going to carry you through the situation.
Absolutely. Finding something to focus your mind on.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, because I imagine if I had to go through something similar, I would also be really really worried, and I would just want it to be all done, and I'd want to be back to sky high flying. But we get those harsh reminders that we're human. You know.
Yep. And that's what I had. Like I had a month of waiting, just waiting for this procedure to come. And there was nothing I could do to make the time go faster. There was nothing I could do to press fast
Yeah.
forward. It was just waiting for that date to come and anticipation and worry, how the mind can
Yeah.
spin things and make it worse than what it is. you know it was it was trying to ground myself in reality for just to make sense of what was happening, because the
Yeah.
mind wants to take the fear, doubt, and worry and spin like it knows what's going to happen.
Yeah,
But
and probably
fear,
blow it up into worst case scenarios, right?
absolutely, worst case scenarios, which aren't at all
Ugh.
realistic, which then make you worry even more. So, like, if you can find ways to take yourself out of those worst case scenarios and ground yourself in something real.
Uh,
So, for me, like, it finally got to a point the one day my mom called and she was like, "How are you doing?" And it broke me down. I was like, "I'm so scared, I want to cry." And like,
oh.
my my husband heard it and he was like, "Are you that scared? Like, is it that bad?" And it's like, "Yes, it really is that bad. I'm so scared I want to cry." And like it got me to call the dentist and like say,
Mm,
"Okay, I'm really having fears about this procedure." And like it got me to step out of the realm of projecting this idea of what I didn't know, and it got me to talk to somebody about what was really going to happen, and so I could wrap my mind around what was coming in a realistic way so I wasn't as scared. So I was still going into the procedure that worried me, but with a realistic
yeah.
mindset for what was coming, which calmed me down and made
Yeah.
it easier to handle. So it it helped. So
So, yeah.
grounding yourself in reality.
So I guess the positive of that is realizing, learning that the situation was not as bad as you thought it was going to be, knowing that the recovery period was not near as scary, and that you were strong enough to face it. Because if you weren't strong enough to face this, you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. Um,
Absolutely.
but also another positive, I don't know if you had focused on this or not. I'd be curious to know if you did, but I bet another one of the positives too is that you were actually doing something, you were going through with something that was going to make life better in the long run.
Oh, yes, that was absolutely helpful. Because my teeth have been bad for a long time. So
Mm.
it was something that was going to be better down the road. Once I could get through the procedure, get through the healing and into the dentures and all of that down the road, I was going to feel better. I was going to be
Mm-hmm.
better in the end. I just needed to get there. And that was the scary part, getting there.
Yeah,
But
I know. It's just like we get pushed into these scary situations. It just seems so dark, and we can't see any light in it. And it's a matter of having the willpower to do that. Being able to see, okay, look, this is really frightening. This is scary. I don't want to do it. This is just so negative. But what are the positive outcomes of this, you know?
Absolutely. It's choosing to see that there could be good in it as well, not just focusing on the overwhelming fear and negativity of it.
Yeah,
Opening the mind to say that something good could could come from it. That's
yeah.
helpful in the moment to get through those hard times.
It's like there was one time when I had lost my store key. Yeah, I lost my manager's store key after a Halloween party in which I
Oh,
had
wow.
like 6, 7 guests at my house. And I was so worried about telling my other managers about how, well, I don't have my key anymore and somebody might have it. And, you know, one of the things that I feared so much was getting fired. I was so afraid that I was going to get fired for this mishap. And the key was never found.
Oh, wow. But you
But
didn't lose your job, so thankfully.
right? Yeah, I didn't lose my job. The key was never found, ironically enough, we were kind of actually in the middle of getting ready to switch out the key system anyway. However, one of the things that had gotten me through that kind of situation was okay, so if I get fired for losing this key, I'm going to be unemployed, obviously. But that means I have free time to take care of my art. I could go ahead and do my own business. I have some opportunities that I could pursue, and without having that full time job that I have to attend to, I have more time to get those running. Um, have an opportunity to try for a different field. I mean, it was just, you know, when one door closes, another one opens, if not more.
You immediately saw the possible good in the moment, even though there was some bad to come along with it.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good way to do it. That's how
yeah.
you get through the hard moments.
Well, not only that, but it's a very deep learning lesson too, because, you know, say in that instance that I did lose the key, it taught me that I needed to find better ways of keeping up with important stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It gave you a guidance lesson for next time
Mm,
going forward, to
yeah,
watch out for those things.
yeah. And now you know that things like the dental procedures aren't actually going to be as frightening as you think they are.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's for sure. I was blown away by how easily it went. Like
Right?
what am I, 9 days past the procedure and I've had
Uh-huh.
next to no pain and healing is
Okay.
going along perfectly. So yay for that.
Oh. Oh, yay! Yeah, and see, like, I have a dental phobia too. I know I have things that I need to get done, but I have this dental phobia that, like, stops me from going, and I just feel like at some point in my life, I'm gonna get into a situation like yours where I have, like, no other option if I don't want this to, you know, I feel like that's gonna happen to me. Um, but I'm trying to build the courage. But
It's dental phobia is a big one. I think a lot of people suffer from that because get letting people into your mouth and just to
uh-huh.
almost hack away at it, it's kind
Uh-huh.
of a big deal. And like, I think a lot of people struggle with that. So I get you on that. And I hope that you can in time find the courage to summon up to get to the dentist so it's not one big operation that you got to go through. Because but even if you do, honestly, if you have to go through getting a lot of teeth removed, they have lots of stuff that make it not so bad. Like I had
Yeah.
13 teeth removed
Oh.
all at once and
Oh.
it 11 on top, 2 on the bottom, and
Oh.
it wasn't a bad procedure. Like, um, they did give me stuff to calm me because I
Yeah.
was nervous, but overall, like the teeth came out easily, and
Yeah.
the healing has been fine. So the
So the
worst of it was my
situation.
yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
It's your
So,
anxiety.
yeah, the worst of it was my anxiety. So,
Yeah.
so
So if
I'm
you're in
glad
a
I,
dark situation, uh, and you're feeling that kind of anxiety and that kind of fear over it, a lot of times it's not actually as grim as we take it for.
That's absolutely it. Our mind has the power to influence how we see things. So if you're looking forward into your situation and it just seems all dark and dreary, take a step back and try to see if maybe there's some light to be found in the situation you're going through.
Mm.
Because sometimes we can trick ourselves into seeing what's not there,
Oh,
what's worse
yeah,
than what's there. And then we worry ourselves endlessly about something that we don't need to worry about at all.
yeah. That's important to know. I'm really glad that we touched on that kind of topic because these days when people like us who seem infinitely positive, and then we get dunked into this negative situation, and it's like we're lost all of a sudden. Like, oh no, where's all my strength? Where's all my courage? Oh no, where's the
That's
good?
That's exactly how I felt. Like I was soaring along, happy go lucky and positive, and then they're like, yeah, 11 teeth are coming out. And I was like, what? I don't know how to function. Like,
Oh,
help me.
oh
And
my
I
god.
just kind of crumbled and it took me into a dark place because I forgot how to be fearful and I
Mm,
forgot how to fight through the darkness. And it was a
yeah,
relearning experience to get through that, to find the light in the moment, and to
yeah,
remember that even in the dark, there's still comfort to be found, and that
yeah.
dark times pass and good times come again. And it's ebbs and flows, just like everything.
It's a reality check for us.
Oh, yeah, it was.
We get so used to flying that we forget to remain grounded, and it's just unfortunately, we have to go through those kind of reality checks. But the positive news, if nothing else, is that you've gotten through situations before, and you can get through this one. You wouldn't be in this situation if it was not something that you could get up from and recover from and learn how to fly again. You wouldn't be facing it. But the fact
I
that you
agree.
are facing a situation, it means that you are strong and you are capable, and there are better things at the end of this. There's always something better at the end of turmoil. Always.
Absolutely. Very well said. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, see, I missed this. Oh, I missed talking here with. Um, I know I had done. I want to say like an Akashic record video, and I did like a Happy Valentine's, and then I just did like a just sheer talking about my own journey and wisdom. Like this, this.
I miss this. I miss this a lot too.
Uh
So it's so
huh.
nice to be back.
Oh. Sorry to hurt your ears, guys.
That's okay.
But guys, if anything, just take from this, in our recouping back together, and hearing like Alma's side of things, and just the discussion of this and how all the recovery comes to something good. Just remember that all your negatives, all the bad things, and all the dark things that happen, you can turn those into light things. You can choose to see the light. You can choose to turn it into something good. You don't have to sit in the shadow dwelling on it. As fearful as it looks, as intimidating as the situation seems, it's not going to be a permanent one. And there is a light to grasp onto. You just have to choose to go and look for that. And you have to hold on to that. It's like you have a string of light tugging you through. You have to hold on, just hold on, no matter how dark and how long it seems. just keep holding on to that because you will get led out of this.
Absolutely. And I just, it's a choice to make. And I think it's an important choice to make. But once you make that choice, like you said, hold on and it will pull you through. You aren't ever going to be given something you can't make it through. Up to this point, every detail of your life, you've made it through and you're
Mm,
going to continue making it through every detail. Just hold
absolutely.
on, find the light and keep going. You can do it.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope that, hearing her story and hearing mine and hearing us is giving you some of that light you can hold on to no matter what you're going through. We absolutely believe in you, and just keep on because you know what? You're going to reach that.
Yes, you are. We believe in you.
Yes. So until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back, Alma. So glad.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to be back.
Yes. And now that everything is going nice and smoother than you imagined, I guess we'll both see you next time.
Yes, we will see you next time.
Until then, you guys have a lovely day, and remember, search for that light and hold on to it.
Yes.